this concept, the word only saying that is business risk. So what we know about the business risk? So the word ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ business risk. Business ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು risk ಅಂತ they have already given the word business risk. So if we doing a business or we will start a new business means we will get a risk, certain risk in all the manners. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು certain business ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ನ ಕಣ್ಣು ನಾವು ಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ business risks in your chapter. So first one is risk is an essential part of every business. So second one is business risk arise due to uncertainties. Third one, degree of risks depends mainly upon the nature and size of the business. Fourth one is profit is the reward for risk taking. So these are the business risks that they have given you in the textbook. Here, the first point they have given you, risk in an essential part of every business. So we are doing business means no any companies or any business are doing in a risk manner. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರೋ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಆನ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ದಿ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರಾನೆ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ರನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ. And also risk can be very different to business, but we can't avoid the risk in every single business. So risk ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ನ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ನ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಸರ್ಟೆನ್ risk in every business concept. So here comes to the next point. Business risks arise due to uncertainty. So here the meaning of the uncertainties means the lack of the knowledge. So ಇವಾಗ business ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So risk they will get and risk due to a lack of the knowledge. So they will get a risk due to the lack of the knowledge also, or in any other essential parts of and the uncertainties of the business risk. So next, coming to the degree of risks depend mainly upon the nature and size of the business. So risk ಅನ್ನೋದು mainly ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ so nature and size of the business, that we can see the business and or the degrees of the risks. ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್. So here profit means we are doing a business means we can get a profit or we can see a losses from the business. So no risk no gain is the main policy of the profit is the reward for the risk taking. So these are the nature of the business risks. So these are the nature of business risk. So these points are the nature of the business risk. So first one is risk is an essential part of every business. So we are doing business means in every business we can see a risk, certain risk. So next is business risk arise due to an uncertainties. So lack of the knowledge they will get a risk in that particular business. So here the risk is coming in the by the nature and the size of the business. So here the risk no gain concept is adopted in the last part of the nature of the business, that is profit is the reward for risk taking in the business. And coming to the next point, cause of business risk. So next is cause of the business risk. ಸೊ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಕಾಸ್, human cause, economic cause, and the other cause. So the causes of the business we can see in a lot many varieties of the causes in the business risk. In those risk, I mean in those causes of the risk, we can see a natural risk and the human risk of the business risk and the economic cause of the business risk and the other cause of the business risk. So here the natural risk we can see the business is getting a causes in the natural way. So natural agi by environmentally aganta risk na we call it as a natural risk, like flood, earthquake, yes, like those and all, that is all and all natural cause of the business risk. ಸೊ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೈ ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಂತ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಸುನಾಮಿ ಅಥವಾ ಭೂಕಂಪ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆದಾಗ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರೋ, ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ವೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ cause it, or it will affect on this business cause of the natural risk. So next is human cause. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಆಗಂತ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ನ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕಾಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪೇಜ್ ಆರ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ we can see a cause in the negligency of employees. If the employees are in the negligency forum, we see a cause in the business risk in the negligency of the particular employees. Next is economic cause. So economic causes we can see a change of technology. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜೀಸ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಗುಡ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಕಾಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದರ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ political disturbances and mechanical failures. So these are the main concepts of the causes of the business risk. So first is a natural cause, second is a human cause, economic cause, and the other cause. In natural cause we can see a like a flood or a earthquake causes we can see in the natural causes. We natural causes means in the nature we are getting a risk, means that is natural causes. And human means by people what the causes are depending on the business risk. So like a stoppage and the negligency of the employees. And next is economic. In like economic causes like change of technology, demand for goods. These are the economic causes of the business risk. And coming to the last one, other causes like political disturbances and the mechanical failures. So these are the causes of the business risk. So next main topic in the first chapter is starting a new business. So if we start a new business means we have to do a certain process in the business forum. So we have to select the business and we have to do a financing process and we have to do a a selection process, and we have to see a size, how much the size is our business is running, and we have to do a certain or we have to get a certain employment process and all we will see under the starting a can see a certain we can see a certain basic factors in the starting a business, that is selection of type of a business, size of business, location of business, financing the proportion. So here first is selection of type of the business. So we are doing or we are starting a business means we have to select a particular business ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದಾನ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಂತದ್ದು ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಟಿನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆ ಯಾವ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು we have to start or we have to select a certain business process. So next is size of a business. Here size of a business means we the business can see in a large scale industry or in a small scale industry, where the size of the business will be can we can see in a large scale also, or we can see in a small scale also. So we have to do a business depending on the sizes, what the size the business is getting. So we have to do a certain business in the form of the size of the business, like a small scale or an in a large scale industries. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲೊಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮನೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಅನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದನೋ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಈಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ business or we are starting a new company means we have to get a certain location of that particular business. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನರು ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಮನೆಗಳ ಪಕ್ಕನೇ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ನೋ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮನೆಗಳ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸು ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಅ separate land for to do on a certain business. So we have to take a separate land for to start a new business or a company. So next is financing the proportion. So here financing the proportion is to get a necessary capital for the starting. So financing, these are all the process of the basic factors. So we are doing a business means we can uh, do or we have to do a financing process also. Next is competent and committed workforces. So here committed means we have to do a plan of for the business. We are doing or we are starting a business or an we are starting a new company means we have to plan the business, how the business have to run, how the employees or have to do in a business. So certain ways we have to plan should be done in this process. So next is tax planning. So nowadays the tax planning is getting all we are seeing the next concept, competent and committed workforce. So here committed workforce is we are doing a certain business or we are starting a new business means we have to do a certain plans to the business forum. So we are doing a business means we have to do a certain plan. We have to keep up plans in our mind and we have to start a new business, and the plans should be done in this method. So next is tax planning. So nowadays the tax planning is getting a popular in all the sectors. So we have to do a tax planning also. And next is launching the enterprises. Here we can see the launching the enterprises in the various capital forum. So first is requirement of capital and sources from the capital. So these are the basic factors which we have seen under the starting a new business or starting a new company.